I mean, this is a new tradition that is probably quite strange, but my sisters and I do a family performance.
I love that.
After Christmas dinner.
Welcome to the SheerLuxe Team Podcast with me, Charlotte Collins. This week I'm joined by Hodge Templeman, Sherri Andrew, and Georgina Blaskey. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
We're, if you're watching, I mean, it looks like we've just all been to a funeral.
Yeah.
It's not a colourful sofa today, but symbolic perhaps of the changing weather. Let's put it down to that.
Yes. Indeed.
I really want to know how you all are, what you've been watching, what you've been up to. However, we have a mission today, and I feel like we're probably all absolutely bursting to talk about our mission. So yesterday, if you're listening, Thursday, was the release of the much anticipated John Lewis Christmas advert. And we've all just had a sneak preview, which is probably like a career highlight. I don't know about you guys.
I know.
So we signed NDAs. This is big. This is big.
This is huge.
So I just and we watched it and we said, don't say anything. Don't say anything. No reaction. So before we say what we thought, what happens? Can someone summarise it, Sherri?
So a little boy finds a small box in like an antique fair, and he says, please can I take this home to I think it's his mum or his grandma, someone at home, and they bring it home, and then it turns into what is the word for the plant? Is it like a Venus flytrap?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it starts very, very small, and as the advert goes on, as it gets more towards Christmas, it turns into a huge, giant, sprawling thing in the house, and they have to get rid of it, and they bring in the traditional Christmas tree and take out this monstrous Venus flytrap. But it's really sad because then it's out in the cold.
And it's sad.
It's really sad.
And the boy's sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then?
And then they all go outside. It's Christmas morning.
Yes.
And it's time for presents. They all go outside. And the boy's like, oh no, where's my Venus flytrap? As you do. And they go outside and they're giving him, the plant, the presents.
The little boy decides to give his Venus flytrap a present, right?
Yes.
Because he's sad that
Yeah.
He's out in the cold.
That it's out in the cold.
Yeah.
And they all then his family join him and they all decide to give the Venus flytrap some gifts.
Yeah.
And then it starts to eat them and everyone's like, shit, it ate them. And then it starts to spit them out. So they basically take all the wrapping, spit out the gifts and make confetti of the wrapping. So it's like one big joyous spitting out present machine.
But the presents stay intact.
The presents stay intact.
And go back to the intended recipient.
Yes, correct. And then there's just all this confetti and it's all fabulous and fun and wonderful.
Yeah.
So, what did we all think?
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
So it really left me with such a smile.
Yeah.
It's so heartwarming.
That's just what I was going to say. It's heartwarming. That's obviously what they were aiming for.
Yeah.
My heart is warmed.
They are so good at that, aren't they? Good old John Lewis.
Yeah.
Like they know how to tug at the heartstrings and also just to make you so happy. And it's a journey, but it's just heaven. It's heaven.
Oh, so good.
Let's talk about the music. Shall we talk
Music.
about the music?
Yeah.
I mean,
Fabulous music.
The genre is called Italian rock opera.
Italian rock opera.
it's
Into
my
it.
new genre
Yeah, I
now.
think
That's
I
your
love
new
it.
fun
I'm
fact
going to
for
listen
the
to
week.
that.
Yeah.
Sung by Andrea Bocelli in the
Yeah.
advert, which I mean it doesn't get much better, does it? And it's written by an unknown, unsigned Italian band.
Yeah.
I mean, the music's almost. I mean, it makes it really, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has incredible music.
Yeah.
It definitely gives you that feeling of like drama and it's like anticipation of what's happening, and the music builds, doesn't it, really
Yes.
well. And then obviously for that confetti moment,
Yeah.
you know, he's like holding some note
Yeah.
loudly.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And it
works.
gives the Venus flytrap a personality as
Yeah.
well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I just had the biggest smile on my
Yeah.
face.
It was really joyful.
so joyful.
Yeah, really happy. And I love how they have like different family setups, and it's not the norm, the traditional that it was a granny, a mum, a sister, and
I
a
thought it
little
was.
boy.
I thought it was two mums. Was it a sister?
I think
Oh,
it
it
was a
could have been.
granny.
No, it's a
There was a
granny
granny-
and a mum,
Yeah.
and then a sibling.
Is that right?
Teenage
Okay.
girl.
Yeah.
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 It's so nice.
Yeah,
Just
so
And a
true.
dog.
And a dog,
And a
yes.
dog.
And the dog, yeah. So I know they explained to us before, didn't they, that kind of when they were doing their research, the thing that people love most about Christmas is the traditions. So, you know, there are the kind of traditional traditions like Christmas cards or, you know, mince pies, whatever it might be. And then the modern traditions, they said that one that particularly stood out for them was people wearing their pajamas all day on Christmas. I think there are some COVID hangover traditions that people are quite into these days, right?
Yeah.
So we've all kind of got our own thing. And then the tagline at the end is,
Let traditions grow.
thank you.
Something like that, I think.
Exactly that. Which was it's just lovely, isn't it? The idea that you can make your own. I don't know about you guys, but I've taken a lot of joy in that in adult life, with a lot of things, with religious traditions, all of these things, realising, oh, hang on, we can do this how we want to do it. This can look the way we want it to look. It doesn't have to look like that or look like that. And I think Christmas is such an important time to remember that it doesn't have to be a stereotypical anything.
Yeah.
It can look the way you want it to look.
Yeah, I think
so
so.
true.
Yeah. I really do agree with that. But I'm like 50-50 because I also love the idea of there's sort of ritual of certain things, which, I don't know, it just kind of then you do it and you feel like you're doing what your grandmother did and maybe her grandmother did, and those little things that do get passed down. So I like the combination.
Lovely to have both. Yeah. What's one family tradition that you have at Christmas that you love?
There's a lot around food, obviously. What's eaten when?
Oh yeah.
So roast lamb on Christmas Eve, smoked salmon Christmas morning. I think we're probably not.
Yeah. Stop it. That's so different.
We like to lay the table the night before. We used to have presents in pajamas. That got changed to can everyone be dressed and photo ready? No, that wasn't from me. That's from my mum.
Okay.
And then when we had the COVID Christmas and it was just us at home, we were like, we're not going to get camera ready before we
Just
open
pajamas,
presents. We're just
yeah.
going to be in pajamas. We did then change.
Yeah.
But I think we're quite traditional with the usual things.
How lovely. Sherri,
Yeah,
what
that's
about
so
you?
Nice. I mean, this is a new tradition that is probably quite strange, but my sisters and I do a family performance.
I love that.
After Christmas dinner.
What is it?
Well, Hodge, every year it's completely different. So the first year, it was like 3 years ago, it was Oliver. Then last year, yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
No.
Come to your house.
This is way more fun than mine.
It's like condensed into like maybe 15 minutes. It's not that long, but you know, it's still a small performance.
Remind us how many of you there are.
So there's 4 sisters.
Right.
One of them doesn't really get too involved, but we make her every year. Basically, because my mum has so many musical instruments, because she's a music teacher. So we have like maracas, someone's on the piano, someone's doing some crazy stuff.
That's
and
epic.
It's just so funny, and we record it every year. I'm like, what are we doing?
You want a record of this?
Yeah. And my parents just sit there like, what? We could be watching a film or we're watching this. So that's a tradition that we've forced upon them.
Do you know this year's theme?
Not yet. It's usually quite off the cuff at the moment. So we'll probably decide on the day.
There's no rehearsals.
No.
So no one's writing the script now.
Oh no. It's more. It's very impromptu.
Okay.
I think you should do Agatha Christie. It's not a musical.
I mean,
you should definitely do that. It wouldn't be 15 minutes. It would be full 2 hours.
Yeah, there's a lot to explain there. There's a lot of unpacking to be done.
True.
Wear your
My wig. I'll bring my wig out. Exactly.
Get the juicy couture trousers back out. Love that, Sherri. What a lovely idea. I'm trying to think if I can do that in my household. It would literally be me and my brother. I don't be that down. So that's a no. You never know. It's good. Hodge, any traditions you love?
We start the day drinking. Well, my parents like champagne and presents. We always have a present on Christmas Eve where we open pajamas and everyone wears those pajamas.
Cute.
Nice. Matching, which is sweet. But I was just thinking it's so funny when you meet your partner and you have different Christmas days and you're quite judgy about Christmas.
You do it that way.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so weird. And then you go to theirs for the first time. And I remember going to James's house for the first time and they are really into games, like super into games. And there was like 20 around the table and there was one bottle of wine for 20, and I think I drank most of it for lunch because they were all so focused for games.
Oh wow, it's hardcore.
It is it's really serious.
Okay.
I remember going to my first Christmas at my in-laws, and this was when I was a die-hard EastEnders fan. And I was like, so what time is Christmas lunch? And they're like, oh, I don't know. We go quite late, normally about 3. And I'm like, okay, 3:30 is EastEnders. And again at 7.
Hang on, I thought everybody watched EastEnders on Christmas Day. I
haven't now for about 15 years. But this was, and I remember going into this little snug they've got with this proper old TV. It probably even had a knob on to find the right channel. And I was like, no, I'm fine. I'll only be half an hour, 28 minutes tops.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't do it anymore. But that was like going to the in-laws. Whereas in my household, everyone was like, right,
countdown to
put the potatoes in at this time. So we're all definitely washed up and done.
I love that. You didn't bend. You were like, no.
Absolutely not.
You were like, nice to meet you all.
Waited all year for that special. But no longer.
Oh, that's so
That's so
funny.
funny.
What about you, honey?
I don't know. I just think all of ours are a bit like you, Georgina, very traditional traditions. There's nothing I think that's unique to us. But also we kind of, as this sounds really morbid, but as kind of older people have died and cousins have moved away, whatever, it's sort of all adapted, and kind of every year is slightly different. So there's a kind of core with my family, but this year I think we're going to go out to eat on Christmas Eve. We haven't done that before, just to mix it up. So actually, again, the less of you there are, it's kind of a bit more flexible, and we're kind of enjoying this time where it's just a group of adults. And then it will obviously change again later down the line. And it's sort of in flux, which is quite nice as long as everyone's together. So
Well, that's amazing.
Nice.
Everyone's together.
everyone's together, exactly. Well, we should say you can also shop the entire John Lewis advert in a story that goes live today. Those listening to the podcast today, Friday, and I'm sure everybody will have seen it by now and has also loved it. And tell us your views, tell us what you loved about it, because I know it put a smile on all of our faces. So well done, John Lewis.
Yeah.
It's like
Really
the
fun.
start of Christmas.
I mean, it's
Now
literally
that's out.
the
Now
start.
the John
isn't
Lewis
it?
ad.
It is the start.
Yeah.
I agree. Back to less festive things. What has everyone been up to? Georgina, how was your weekend?
Yeah, really nice. Really nice. I went on Friday, I went on a yoga retreat.
Oh my God, I saw that and I thought, another one.
Another one
again. I love it.
Do you know what? I always go to the same place with the same teacher, but I think there's only 3 a year. It might just be that they seem to come around.
No.
quite
I just thought it's lovely that you keep going.
Yeah.
I remember when you first went, and it's so nice that you've continued to go.
Yeah, I do. I really love it. So that was Friday, so that was great. And then the rest of the weekend, just kind of pottering around. I went to a new restaurant on Saturday night, but I don't think it was new to me. I don't think it's new to anyone else, but it's just a little curry house in Balham called Balham Social, which is really, it's delicious.
Oh, they do really good like starters. Like shared starters.
Yeah, and really good margaritas, as I found and felt on Sunday morning. Oh, and I went to Spirit of Christmas.
Oh,
How was that? It's been very festive.
It is festive.
Yeah, and it was good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you buy anything?
A few bits, nothing major. Saw lots of brands we work with, so that was great.
Nice.
I just got a little bit in the mood.
Did you buy loads of stuff?
Well, I have had other years where I've come out kind of like laden down, but I think it's really good if you've got kids and you're filling stockings and you're kind of but all the kind of little ones in my life are older teens now. So I would say there's not loads for teens. So I didn't buy as much as I would normally, but I did speak to Victoria in our commercial team, and she had gone to the upstairs floor. She was there the same day as me, and she went upstairs where it's all the food. And we didn't do that. And she said, that was really good. So I think we missed a trick.
Shame.
I know, because normally they're quite generous with samples.
Yeah,
so
it's
I
a bit
could have
like-
had like a whole Sunday lunch.
Oh, shame.
Might have helped me with
cheese.
my hangover.
Yeah.
actually, but anyway.
Is it still on? Do they do multiple weekends?
No, it was all last week until the weekend, so it's finished now.
Shame. But it was nice.
It was lovely.
Good. Yeah. Sherri, what about you? What have you been up to?
I mean, I feel like I've just been eating a lot.
Too.
Like hunkering down, feasting, and no regrets.
Great.
So no regrets. So this weekend I had a dishoom, which was delicious, and I don't really queue because I think if you can get it Deliveroo, why would you do that?
Yeah.
But we were in Shoreditch on Friday, so we're like, let's just queue for the fun of it. And they do bring you out, like chai, tea, and
Can you
drinks.
not reserve at any dishoom anywhere then?
So
Is
I
that
think
their
you
policy?
can if you're in a big group. But
Right.
if it's just a few of you, you have to queue. But that was fine. I mean, the food is really good. So
Yeah,
that was,
the queue moves quickly as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Then we had an M&S dine-in for 2 on the Saturday. More curry, delicious.
Nice. What's that, like a ready meal pack?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Oh, it comes
Yeah,
in like
it
a
is
bag,
good.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
It has all your sides in and everything.
Exactly.
Oh,
Or you can
nice.
choose like we had like a dal, a butter chicken, some naan bread, all the extras.
Nice.
More feasting. And then yesterday went for a roast in Brixton at the Laundry.
Is it good?
It's so good. And the owner is lovely as well. And you can like start with like some cocktail. I had a margarita. I was like, why not? It's Sunday, still the weekend.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then they give you bottomless gravy and vegetables, which I really appreciate. Because sometimes, you get a lot of meat or a lot of potatoes and you want some more greenery, better
Yeah.
balance.
Yeah.
And then had a sticky toffee pudding, which was delicious with ice cream, lots of sauce. and then I had an espresso martini afterwards.
Oh my God, it keeps
I
going.
was like, I'm just going to carry on. So yeah, I've just been basically eating a lot, but
You go, girl.
all
Love
my
it.
weekends are now centred just around food.
It's the best eating time of
Yeah.
year.
It is.
Isn't it? It is
Yeah.
the time to hunker down.
Yeah.
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 Nice.
Exactly.
Good for you.
So yeah,
Hodge,
tasty.
What about you?
We had a birthday party on Friday, which was fun, and then Saturday.
Sorry, back a step. You looked amazing. You had your makeup done.
I did. I've never had that.
Yeah, you looked unreal. What made you decide to do it?
Well, Ruby messaged me and said we'd love to offer you some treatments, and I was like, okay, great. And so I did the makeup, and I'm such a control freak though. So the lady and I was like, oh, can I check? And I was showed her loads of inspo.
Yeah.
I don't look like
this.
Oh, no, yes. This supermodel made me look like her. And then, and actually I loved it.
It looks insane.
And she's like, I'm going to spray this on your face and your face won't move. I was like,
What is it?
yeah.
Wow. What was the thing she sprayed? Do you know?
I don't know. She said, don't taste it.
Oh, it was like polish, right?
Oh, so it's like
Like hairspray.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the kids were watching and they found it fascinating. They were like, oh my God, Mummy. Amazing. They were like, you look 34. I was like, oh my God. Gone are the days when I said 23. But it was such a treat.
Yeah, what fun.
I know,
Nice.
because I never get my makeup
No,
done.
I don't either.
Do you not?
Never. No.
No.
Also because I'm a control freak.
It took an hour though.
Oh wow. Yeah, you do
That's
realise
right.
that when people really do it properly, it makes a difference.
A lot of
Even the
prep,
other
isn't
day,
there?
we had headshots the other day for Blush Talent Management, which is our new agency, and we just had makeup touch-ups, didn't we? And I had done my makeup before, and I just said, can you just make my eyes look a bit bigger? And she literally, I don't even know what she did. I paid no attention. I was there for 5 minutes, and I just looked so different. It was so much better, but I couldn't tell you why or what she did. But anyway, basically saying that makeup artists know what they're doing.
I know.
Trust them.
I should have watched her do it.
Yeah.
But she did it at my kitchen table. But I know you're so right, because that girl from the blush shoot, she basically did something to my eyebrows and I look like a different person.
Yeah, but like, what does she do? We must get her to tell us
I
the
know.
secrets. I know.
It was good. I know, such a treat. We should do that more.
We should.
That is a real
Every
treat.
morning at
Yeah,
about
that'd be
7:30 would be nice.
Yeah.
But when I do my makeup, it takes me like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
max.
And even if I'm going out, it takes me 10 minutes.
Me
Yeah.
too. I don't do anything different.
I just
I
put
do
on
have
more.
Yeah.
Same, but more.
More eyes. That's literally it. Yeah.
So where were you going with your makeup, or were you just was this a glam
Just to
kind of
a
home?
birthday party, but it was like a glammy one. And then we went to the fireworks on Saturday.
How was that?
Which was really nice. We went to like a really extra one, and it was sort of Star Wars music and ET. And
That's fun.
Ooh.
Oh, I
it
love
was
that when
really
they
great.
have good music.
Yeah, it was so fun, and then the bonfire, but it was great. But then we last night we watched them from the top bedroom, because they have them in like the tennis club next to us, and it was like 30 quid a ticket. We just watched from the top and saw it just as well.
Ideal.
Yeah, I did
So
that
what
on
did you
Friday.
pay?
No,
Yeah.
Saturday night before I went out. I went up to the top and I could see like I reckon 3 different
Oh, that's so
massive
nice.
firework displays
Yeah.
going on.
How nice.
It's like, this is great. I'm warm. I'm dry.
Yeah.
I'm not standing in a
Yeah.
wet, soggy field.
better.
You know, much better.
Although I saw a TikTok yesterday of someone was like, when you don't want to spend £10 on a ticket to the Battersea fireworks, so you stand on Albert Bridge and this is your view, and it was like
It was, like,
10,000
tiny.
people,
I saw that.
all these trees, and so you could see like a little bit of light kind of behind the trees. Just only we'd spent £10, it would have been much
I
better.
know.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fun.
what
Really
about
fun.
you?
Also, I feel like I'm eating a lot. We went to a new restaurant on Friday night called Bistro Freddy in Shoreditch, which is
nice.
kind of, hang on, we were trying to describe, Ben and I were trying to describe it to someone, and I'm trying to think what we came up with. It was kind of modern French bistro vibes. Do you know what I mean?
Ooh,
Kind
yeah.
of chic bistro. Very like white tablecloths, dripping candles.
Good bread.
Yeah.
Good bread. Like really good kind of flatbread with snails and garlic, and like a fantastic chicken pie, which didn't have a base. So you know when it's like a really light pie, like
Yeah.
it was
Just a lid.
just a
Love a
lid, and really lovely. Good wine list, good cocktails, dessert, no coffee or hot drink capacity. Found.
Really?
Yeah, interesting, right? I know. I don't know if it's to come because they're brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
That was
something was
strange.
broken.
I know, yeah. We had to go to Shoreditch House for coffee, and it was all a bit hectic, and everyone was at the bar like drinking their picantes. I was like, I'll have a decaf, please. Thank
Did you have to have a coffee after? dinner, or-
After like a nice meal, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, probably won't after like, my
Yeah.
I don't know, salmon and rice this evening. But yeah, after like an indulgent supper.
Yeah, it kind of helps the digestion.
It does,
doesn't it?
yeah. It kind of caps it off, and then I can go home and go to sleep. So that was lovely. And I cooked my first roast of the
I
not
saw
first roast of
that.
eaten, but the first roast I've cooked.
It looked really
Yeah.
fancy.
Well, well.
What was it?
Pulled out all the stops. I can pretty much only do a slow cooked lamb. That's like that's kind of my go-to. Yeah. So I did a 4-hour lamb shoulder, potatoes, beans, carrots, parsnips.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was good.
Delicious.
Sounds
It
lovely.
was good. I was pleased with myself. Drank a lot of wine. I need a couple of days off, I think. I feel a bit like you could ring me out. It's the best time of year. It's like the best weekends of the year, and Strictly's on, and I just
I know, it's so good. I just
so
want to
happy.
stay in all the
Just
time.
stay in, and it gets so dark, and everyone's like, it's so depressing. I'm like, I love
Yeah,
it.
so we're like,
It makes me happier than like long summer evenings. I swear.
I know.
I feel more like joyous at
Oh,
that.
I don't know. I like a bit of
I know,
both.
but you're a summer queen. You like
Yeah.
you like a rosé in the sunshine, and
do.
I'm more of like
We're
a
dark.
hobbit. Yeah, I'm like dark and moody and cold. Yeah,
We're dark.
I think I'm going to put my tree up this weekend.
Wait,
No.
you can't.
Is that going to
that's
be
quite
real?
early.
No, we have a faux one.
Yeah, because you can't. I
can't
love
go
that you
yet.
call it faux, not fake.
Yeah.
Because you can't go
plastic.
early with a real.
No, because it would die, right? Yeah, but you can if it's faux.
If it's faux,
If it's
foliage.
faux.
You
That's
can't.
true.
It's not. It's.
Yeah, but I
10th
just
of
feel like I need
December.
some joy. I feel like I need
Yeah.
some joy.
Light some candles.
Yeah, that's.
No, I'm burning all the candles. It's not working. It's
No,
not
I
enough.
agree. Put it up early.
Yeah, I've started the films. They help. The films help. I watched The Holiday in October.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I can't. I
I know.
can't deal with that.
I know. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
but I
sorry.
understand what's bad about getting into the festive spirit early.
Quite.
Like it just brings joy.
Yeah.
You're not over it though.
No, I
By
don't
mid-December,
think so.
you
No,
might
I
like-
think I quite like it.
I think there are different stages. Like this is phase 1.
Agreed.
Then it's phase 2.
Yeah.
And then almost by Christmas, that's like the end. And then by New Year's, I'm like, I'm over
So,
it
for
now.
example, I would never listen to like Mariah now. Far too early. Wouldn't watch Love Actually too early. Wouldn't eat a mince pie. Like they are not
agreed.
phase 1 activities.
Yeah.
But Tree with just some pretty lights.
Yeah.
Phase 1.
I feel like Tree is ultimate all in phase 3.
Yeah, that's like
To
the
me,
house
yeah,
decorated.
I'm on like second weekend of December for Tree.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
no,
that's quite
we're
late.
like it's up by 1st December.
Like the 1st
same.
of December. Okay,
Yeah.
I might go first weekend of December, maybe, but it's got to be a real tree.
Yeah, we
So
know real.
It's got to last.
this is my tradition, okay? My new tradition is Tree is up in November.
No tradition shaming.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
no tradition shaming. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
I think do what makes you happy.
And also,
if
I
you
should
want that
say-
tree, put it up.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Actually, last week when we were kind of wrapping up towards the end of last week, Sapna said to me, I'm thinking I might do my Christmas tree. Were you there when she said that?
yeah.
And I was like, what, this weekend?
And I was like, yes, girl.
Yeah.
Whatever makes you happy.
Exactly.
we have fireworks.
Yeah, no,
There's
I
an
agree.
order.
I agree. I actually think before Remembrance Sunday is punchy. I think it needs to be just after that. Maybe I'll do it eve of Remembrance night
yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Once that's out.
Same
Because
day.
that's
Yeah.
when you think
Yeah.
of. I think of school and like the sequentialness of school.
Yeah.
So you never have obviously Christmas things up before Remembrance Sunday. I actually ordered wrapping paper as well last week because I thought I hate leaving that to the last minute.
Yeah.
I'd like to be on it. And I ordered some rolls from Heather Evelyn, who
yeah.
does
lovely.
really. Yeah, you might know her for people might know her for the candles with the writing on it. That
Yeah.
was she was kind of one of the original
yes.
people doing that, and I don't want to unwrap it. It's all wrapped up nicely, and so I can't quite see it. But I went for some really lovely pink and red stripes. I'm going like candy
Oh, that's
cane
so cool.
themed. Yeah, so I just need to get some red velvet ribbon.
Oh, nice.
very
Next.
chic.
I know. The other thing that I've been up to, which is really exciting, is I am on the judging panel for TikTok UK's first ever fashion competition. They're basically giving young fledgling designers on TikTok the opportunity to have a collection made. So it's really cool, right? So myself and some very much more eminent fashion judges are on this panel, and we're basically going to be sorting through all the entries, and the winner will have 5 items of clothing made, produced by TikTok just in time for February Fashion Week. They'll also be provided with a videographer throughout the entire process to have it documented, so they've got loads of great social content. And very excitingly for us, selfishly, we will also be offering them a 6-month contract with Blush Talent Management, which is our talent agency, to help them get all the best industry contacts and meet all the right people, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, an insane opportunity for any young up-and-coming
Yeah.
designer.
That's
Cool, right?
so
I
cool.
know. So basically, if you are listening and you know anyone who is a particularly talented young designer or upcycler, because also it can be people who, take old clothes and reinvent them. Then basically what you need to do is create one item of clothing, either from scratch or upcycle something, upload a video to TikTok. But when you upload the video to TikTok, you have to add an add yours prompt, which is like a badge. Basically, if you search TikTok fashion, you will find a page that has all the information you need about it. You have to be over 18, but I think that's the only criteria. And you just upload the video for your chance to win. So very exciting.
That's so
I know. I
cool.
can't wait. I'm so honoured to be
Is
on
it
the
open
panel.
now?
Open
competition?
now. You can find all the details via the link in the SheerLuxe bio on TikTok, or as I say, search TikTok fashion and you can find it all there. But very exciting. I can't wait to see what people come up with. Really, really cool. Yeah. I think we better move on from Christmas. There's a lot of Christmas chat to come. Apologies for those who can't quite stomach it at this time of year. What's everyone been watching? Georgina?
I watched a film called Pain Hustlers.
Oh, yeah.
Which is with Emily Blunt and Chris Evans, and it is on Netflix. And it is about a woman who is really broke, and she's got a daughter who's probably about 13 or something, and they're kind of living in her sister's garage, and it's kind of like she's getting really desperate, and she basically seems to she's working in a strip club. She's pole dancing. Her body, by the way, I don't know if it was a body double or whether it is Emily Blunt, but she looks absolutely insane. Anyway, she starts talking to this guy at the bar. He's trying to sell pharmaceuticals in the way that Americans do. And so he's really drunk. So she's like, oh, I can hustle anything. I'll come work for you. So it's kind of got a bit of an Erin Brockovich vibe. So she goes in to work for him, and it's quite funny. They like rewrite her CV because the big boss is Andy Garcia and they've got to get through him. And so she kind of charms him, and that's it. She's on a roll. She's selling. Then the movie sort of takes on a level of her, like they're knocking it out the park. They're meeting all their figures and they start having these parties, a little bit like a softer version of Wolf of Wall Street, where they're kind of in some big house. Yeah, debauched-ish. Anyway, I don't want to spoil the ending for anyone who is going to watch it, but it's then what happens with this company later and her role in that. So it's good. It's not, what's that one that we were, Dope Sick? It's from the other side. So you're getting like, we're the sales agents going in, and it's not OxyContin, it's fentanyl, sort of derived drug. But it's kind of, I would give it like a 7. It's sort of really watchable. She's great. He's great. It's fun. Obviously, there's kind of some serious elements, and it's good.
It's not. I mean, it's not a comedy, but it sounds of it. No.
There are funny moments. Her mum is the actress who was the mother in Schitt's Creek.
Oh, brilliant!
So, so there is like a lightness to it. There are some good one-liners, but there's obviously a few. But no, it's not like a really sad, awful tale of people being kind of addicted to medication.
I find like Dope Sick and things like that so depressing.
Yeah.
It is.
It doesn't
It's
really
real.
go into that. It's more on the other side of it. But it is shocking still.
Yeah.
I know we've discussed
And
things like
that's
that
true.
before.
It's a true story.
It's based on a true story. Yeah. But just the way that they market drugs in America, it blows your mind.
Do they still do that? Like sell it like we sell Avon here? Like do they still have those travelling sales reps?
Yeah.
Okay. So worth a watch.
Yeah, it is.
Got a free afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. I would. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Sherri?
I was just gonna say, I feel like Emily Blunt is doing the most. Like she is so varied. The films that she's been in recently, I'm like, wow, she is not confining herself to one genre.
No, I love her.
talented.
I
love
she's
her too.
absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, she's class.
She's funny.
I watched Boiling Point over the weekend. Has anyone else seen this?
Which
yet?
one's that?
So it's on BBC iPlayer
Yes.
with Stephen Graham. He plays a chef.
It's the series
yes.
that follows the movie.
No, I haven't, but it looks amazing.
I've watched
Oh,
the
it's
first
so
one.
good. It's so good.
But I hadn't watched the movie, and you told me I need to go back and watch
yes.
the movie.
So I think if you watch, this is a standalone series. If you watch that without watching the feature film first, you'd probably be a little bit confused. I would say watch that first, which came out maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. And what's really cool about that is that it's all shot in one take. Which is just mind blowing as like an actor to like do those. It's almost like being on stage, having those lines. And anyways, that's really cool. And then this series is so gripping. Honestly, to the point I was literally sat on my seat and I was like, you can feel yourself just like getting really like you need to like fast forward it, otherwise I'm going to have some kind of palpitation. It was that good.
And sorry, is it the concept is obviously
Yes.
of the movie is that they're in a kitchen, they're chefs in a kitchen. Is
Exactly.
Is it the same concept?
Yeah, exactly.
And do they also film the series in one take episodes?
So they do a lot of it in one take, but there are various different scenes, so it's not all in one take. But it follows on from the main stories. They're in another kitchen, and it follows a group of chefs, and there are a couple of porters, like front of house staff, waitresses, waiters, and you follow all their stories. And nothing really crazy happens, but it's what I imagine it is exactly like working in a professional kitchen, like the relationships they have with each other, and everyone's from a different walk of life, and everyone has their own very personal things going on, and sometimes it affects what's going on in the kitchen, which really is they're just serving food, but it seems like the world is about to end because everything is just like coming to a boiling point. But it's
it
so
really
good.
showed that feeling of the intensity. I've only watched one episode, but when they've got the potential investors at the restaurant, and it just it felt like life and death, that they were, are they going to get this plate out on time? And then he puts the wrong sauce on it, and you're like, no, you put the chocolate on instead of the gravy. Oh my God.
Exactly.
And it is really like, and I do think it, like, you feel, like you say, you're almost like, oh my God, I just want to turn it off, but I can't because it's so intense.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah, the stakes feel so high.
Yeah.
Even though it's probably really not that, if someone gets the wrong dish, oh well. But to them, in that scene, it's, they really create tension in it, which I think is, really impressive the way they do it.
Have you watched The Bear?
Yes, I was going to say.
I mean, because I find The Bear so stressful. Is it? I mean, I don't think I could handle both.
I would say it's more stressful only because in this series, they really deep dive into each individual character.
Okay.
So you see what's going on.
The Bear, you mean?
No, sorry, in
Sorry,
Boiling Point.
in Boiling Point.
So you see what's going on in their personal life. For example, one guy has really bad mental health issues. A few of them are alcoholics. They're really battling very serious things in their own life. Yeah. And then how that then translate into their working in the kitchen and things going wrong. So I would say it's even more but really good. It's like one of those watches where you're like, oh, I can't watch it, but I have to finish it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would really recommend it.
This is rogue, but I don't know if you know that quite what Frasier means to my family. I don't know if I've ever spoken about this on the podcast before. But Frasier is like a part of my family. I don't even know how to describe it. He just if there were to be a sixth member of my family, it would just be Frasier and then the rest of the cast. It is, my dad has a habit, which I have as well, of basically only watching comfort shows just on repeat all the time. We are all background noise people always, so no one's ever really in silence. Both of my parents are like that, my brother's like that. And so Frasier is just on a loop all the time in our household, and it's just a really my parents' dog just passed away. He was 14. He was Frasier. There's a lot. It's just the biggest part of it. Not in a weird fan way. We wouldn't go to a convention, but it's just never say never. It's just never say never. We've actually seen Kelsey Grammer a couple of times in real life, but actually never said anything because you're not supposed to meet your heroes, are you? So, and also we've always figured you can say to somebody you don't understand, it's such a big part of our lives, and they wouldn't. They'd be like, that's cool, great. Yeah. So we've always left it. Anyway, Frasier ended in, I think, 2001. There were 11 seasons. It was obviously wildly successful at the time, and they've just brought it back. So I think there's now been 5 or 6.
Oh, really? With the same cast?
Just with Kelsey Grammer as Frasier. Nobody else is returning. Okay. So in a way, it's better because it's a bit like a spin-off rather than it being a remake. So, when Joey from Friends. It's kind of a bit more like that than it is. I think if you try and remake something with the whole original cast, although actually I think the Will and Grace remake was really good. But anyway, it just, and also someone's that his father's died, and it was just, I don't know, I just think it's better to be kind of starting from scratch just with this one character, which is what they've done. And it's really, I find it really hard. It's still been really hard to stomach because what's good about the original Frasier is that it's really quite chic. It's really stylish. It's quite, I mean, the characters are supposed to be quite snobby, and the humor is quite of that ilk. And this feels a little bit more Big Bang Theory than do you know what I mean? It's a bit bass, it's a bit canned laughter, it's a bit bright and brash kind of in comparison to the last one. However, when you have a character who you just so love and just feels like such a kind of, you know, constant in your life, to get newness of them is actually really lovely. And he is just as brilliant and just exactly the same. They've written him exactly the same. So that's been a kind of, I don't know, I kind of watch every week with like a bit of fear, a bit of like, oh God, I hope this isn't the time it all comes crumbling down. But so far, so good. It's quite nice. So if you're looking for, you don't have to have watched old Frasier, although I highly recommend that people do. But if you're looking for a kind of new comedy series that is kind of fresh and fun and, you know, has proper kind of comedy roots in it.
I sort of feel like that about Friends. That was such like a big part of me, and also two of my children when I watched it, so it's usually on somewhere.
Yeah.
And I feel the same about Jennifer Aniston.
Oh,
I
really?
would watch anything she's in because I just was
just love
obsessed
her.
with Rachel.
I do feel I know what you mean about Friends, but I just don't find Friends that funny, so I've actually gone off it a bit over the last few years. However, since Matthew Perry's died, I feel like I've got a bit of a renewed
I know.
love for it. And I also feel like so many people came out and said what a brilliant comedian he was, that I'm almost watching Friends with a fresh appreciation for the comedy, or at least the comedic performances.
Yeah, the comic timing and all of that. So in our house, Cheers.
Oh, there you go.
We would always had Cheers on, and on Friday night when it came on, we would all sit and watch it. My brother is an amazing pianist, so he obviously learnt the theme tune, which, if you know it, is a piano tune. And we went on a family holiday to Boston. We went to the Cheers bar.
Yes, I've been there too.
We had to.
Well, it's Frasier's origin story, so for us, we've also done the same.
Of course,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'd forgotten about
Yeah, so Frasier originally was a
even
character.
Lilith is in it,
Yeah,
isn't
so
she?
Frasier and his wife Lilith are characters in a kind of relatively fringe
I'd forgotten
characters,
that.
recurring characters
Yeah.
in Cheers, and then they made a spin-off, so yeah, exactly that. Oh, how nice. Everybody's got their,
Everyone's
got their
got
thing,
their
haven't they?
yeah.
Sherri, have you got a comedy you go back to?
I'm just thinking, not really.
She's too busy writing scripts for
This
Christmas.
is it.
Yeah,
She's busy performing. I forget.
Modern Family.
No, I don't.
not like
This is
that?
controversial. I don't really like American sitcoms.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I don't. Yeah, like
I do.
That was my childhood.
Yeah, I really do. Yeah.
Oh, what was I watching? I don't even just like CBBC. Like old VHS DVDs.
Yeah.
Maybe like Some Mothers Do Have them.
Yeah,
that
okay.
kind of
It's
like
kind of classic
what my
British,
parents have been
yeah.
watching. Yeah.
Do you know what? And there's a lot of really good. I think of 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, and Gimme, Gimme, Gimme. I mean, there were so many '90s British sitcoms as well, weren't there? And Ab Fab, obviously.
Only Fools and
Ab
Horses.
Fab,
Fools
yeah.
and Horses.
Horses,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Classic.
so Nicholas Lyndhurst is in the new Frasier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he plays. I think he's playing a really camp character. My family think he's just playing a really posh character. Maybe it's a fine line. I don't know. But he's coming across as super camp to me. Don't know. But anyway, it's not Rodney, whatever it is.
I can't
It's
believe
not
he's in
Rodney.
America.
interesting.
Yeah.
Has he been in an
I
American
don't
thing?
know. He plays like a visit. Frasier is a professor at Harvard, and he plays a kind of old college roommate who's also a professor.
I bet he looks virtually the same.
He does, just older.
Yeah.
Let's answer some questions. There's a couple of questions about #cozy season. Someone has asked best cashmere on the high street, and someone else has said best outfits for working from home. Do you have any good loungewear recommendations? Hodge, what are you lounging in at the moment?
I really love Zara for their sort of matching jogger tops and sweatshirts. I think they're just super comfy and they're fluffy in the inside. So they're just really cozy. I love them. I've got like 3.
Great, good for you.
I know, good for me. And then some really thick knitted socks and slippers.
Essential.
Yeah.
Essential. You know, we were before we started recording, I was saying that I've just ordered some knitted joggers because on the weekends, like all I really want to wear is joggers, but I feel like cotton ones look particularly
Yeah.
scruffy.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping some knitted ones look a bit more elevated. And I bought some from H&M because actually my jersey joggers, my favourite pair of you know, like you've got that one pair, that, like the one pair, they're so washed, they're so warm, but they are so comfy. It's from H&M. I think they do the best tracksuit sets.
They do really
so
do.
comfy.
Yeah.
And they've got some really good knitted 2-pieces now. So
Okay.
I'll keep you posted on how they are. Sherri, what are your loungewear recommendations?
Loungewear.
Or cashmere on the high street?
Cashmere on the high street. I know a lot of people talk about Uniqlo. Hey, their cashmere is really good.
Yes.
And also M&S. I've got a few M&S cashmere jumpers that are, obviously it's more of an investment, but they do last.
Good to know. What about you? Any loungewear recommendations?
I really like things like actually Sweaty Betty. I've got some of they call them yoga pants, but they're trackies.
Yeah.
They're really, really soft and very gorgeous. And a nice pair from M&M actually from a couple of years ago, which is nice. They have kind of, what they do well is I think the sort of the little toggle that the edge would be like a nice gold and those sort of finishes. So if you want to elevate your joggers, that's quite nice. And then cashmere, cos.
Yeah.
You get home from work and get changed
Immediately.
Straight away, wash my face,
gosh,
trackies on.
Well, actually, it depends on what I'm wearing. Like today, I probably won't because I'm really comfy in my outfit.
Yeah.
And for those listening, I'm wearing a
Sometimes
cashmere
just-
jumper and leggings. Yeah.
Sometimes the bottom half. Like if I'm
Yeah,
wearing
yeah.
tight jeans or a big like cinched waist thing. So I'd probably keep the same jumper on, but I might change the bottom.
Do you wash your face as soon as you get in? That's so good.
Not as well. Not ideally.
Yeah.
I would.
I
Yeah.
wait till bedtime and I
me
just
too.
do.
Well,
you
I
both
do
with
it
me?
after I've done the kids' stories, and like they're all like 7:30,
like mid-evening.
yeah. And then I don't wash it. I just use like micellar water, and then I do a light mask,
That is so good.
that's
an
so
LED
good.
mask.
I'm so
Yeah.
bad. I get home from work and I don't take it off until I literally go to bed. So I mean, I go to bed early, but it's still like 3 unnecessary hours of makeup wearing.
and it is a really good habit. Somebody came on the show and told us to do
Yeah,
that
a few
campaign
people.
as well.
But it's advice that a lot of people always
Yeah.
give, and I always think. But I just this is like the most lazy thing in the whole world. But I get home and the idea of going upstairs is just too much.
Yeah.
I just can't face the
You
stairs.
need something just have it by the kitchen.
By the front door, just keep my
downstairs,
micellar
leave it.
bottle on the full side, exactly.
I like that idea of doing the LED mask then because I do
Well, no, I
mine
don't.
at
I
night.
do it while
Like
I'm watching TV.
Oh, do you?
I can't keep my eyes open when I do mine.
Yeah.
I read normally in bed and then I have to get back out of bed to then put on a night cream. This is
Yeah.
if I haven't already taken off the makeup immediately.
Yes.
No, I
Two
do
different
it.
like
Yes.
time routines.
Yeah.
Oh, our lives are
I
so
do it when
problems,
I'm
aren't
watching
they?
No, how do I fit the LED mask into my
hard.
evening routine?
I know. James is like, Jesus. and I do it
Halloween's
that
over,
and a
babe.
face.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, are they both on? He's like, yeah, they're both on. You look extraordinary.
Georgina, updating my living room. What colour would you pair with a teal sofa? Colours. What colours would you use?
With a teal sofa. Well, okay, so yeah, maybe if you want to go dark, you could have quite a nice sort of stay tonal and do something navy, or mint, or
like
even
the
a
idea of
kind of like this.
Yeah, I
kind
was
of
also
colour.
thinking a blush pink. Yes. Lovely. Good question, whoever wrote this. What is your top pick from this year's Christmas gift guide?
So many.
I'm sorry to bring it back to Christmas, but
know.
you know,
I
tis the
did
season.
all of my godchildren from the gift guide yesterday.
Sorry, isn't the kids section?
Yeah.
It's really good.
So
and
good.
just so people know, like I have no skin in this game. I have nothing to do with the gift guide. I think it's amazing. It is
It's
so
really
good.
Yeah. And especially for her, I wanted a lot of
All of it, but I thought the kids was
Yeah.
particularly.
Yeah.
I don't even have that many children in my life, and I just thought, God, I must buy all these clothes. They're all so gorgeous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
I
really
know.
good.
So
Heaven.
sweet.
Yeah.
Well, although I think the little dog is maybe needs to be the next signing for the blush management agency. I feel
Yes.
that dog's got a
Bright
fantastic
future.
future.
Yeah, that's Emma's dog. Yes, for those who've
Dot.
seen the Dotty.
Dot.
Yes, the face
So
of
cute. Every
face
time I
of
go
him.
on the homepage, I'm like, oh,
I know. Well, we have to go and do a TikTok after this where we all say what we'd like to buy someone else from the Christmas gift guide. And my pick is Gigi and Olive do a little velvet bow for dogs, and it's like a dog collar but velvet bow. And I
That's
mean,
so
Scooby would
cute.
just stunning, obsessed.
That is
Yes.
very cute.
I wonder if maybe we should start a dog arm of blush, and Scooby and Dot could be signed. I would love to be monetizing my
And
dog.
Barry.
I really would. And Barry. Yeah.
and Luna.
Everyone, sure. We can all do it.
Well,
Everyone.
she's got a wart on her lips, so she might not
dear.
pass.
She
We-
won't.
no.
Photoshop that off.
Yeah, but everyone, no joke, everyone uses beagles. Like all ad campaigns, you'll start noticing it now. I've said it. All adverts with dogs are always beagles because they're so
Really?
beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So if you want,
There you go.
an appeal to anyone who needs a dog, mine's available. He's not very well behaved, but he is gorgeous. Hodge, you bought all your godchildren gift. Any other picks?
I mean, so many. I've got my eye on quite a few things for me to send to various people who want to buy me presents.
Such as?
Yes. I think it was an Allighieri link bracelet.
Nice.
So pretty. What else did I like? Those clothes are really good. There's a Jimmy Choo bag, but I don't think anyone's going to be buying me that. But I really like that. And for the kids, I got lots of them that really pretty towel with the names on them, which is because they're all quite young still.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it being personalised.
Yeah,
as
me
well.
too. Sherri,
Very
any
chic.
picks from the gift guide?
Well, I go straight to the beauty every
Oh, do
time.
you?
I love any kind of beauty tool. This is actually for myself. But if I was going to give someone else, I think something that you don't want to buy yourself is a really good set of makeup brushes.
Yeah.
So there's some good ones in the gift guide this year, and lots of like gua sha, rollers, that kind of situation, and also a very good beauty blender with it comes in a case as well, because if you just throw it in your makeup bag, they get a bit gross.
Yeah.
So it's come in like a little plastic cover. I thought,
Nice.
great idea.
Yeah.
The home is actually really good.
So good.
The
So good.
super pretty butter dish.
Oh yeah, so
splodges.
sweet, so
Yeah.
sweet, yeah.
Like, really nice.
And there's that rattan, or like a raffia tissue box
Tissue
that Laura
box.
pointed out with the scallops.
yeah,
it's
that's really
so
nice.
Yeah,
gorgeous.
it's
really
Yeah,
cute.
there's so many nice bits. What are your picks?
Well, obviously, I think the home is
Well done.
lovely.
Yes,
No,
well
it was
done.
not. No, it was a big team effort. I there's a grey cashmere jumper in the for her section clothes, but it's kind of like brushed.
This is the lily silk one.
Lily
you like,
silk, yeah, sort of brushed, and it's also the shape. It's kind of almost like a sweatshirty shape. Yeah,
Nice.
love it.
There's a Doen cardi for her
yeah.
as well that's got like a big collar. It's expensive, but it's unreal. Like it's
You'll wear it forever. Though.
yeah.
It was justifying it already.
Yeah.
I'll get
I
the girl
always say
maths
buy
going.
it. I like
Yes,
it.
girl math, exactly. All right, I think we'll leave it there. Thanks, everyone. I could just sit and talk about Christmas forever,
And
but
me.
Georgina won't. So we'll wait till
Says no.
December. Thank you for listening. If you have any feedback at all, please do email podcast@SheerLuxe.com. We love hearing from you. Don't forget, we put a question box out every weekend, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Or you can head to community.SheerLuxe.com and ask any of us your questions there. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.